lock eyes across the room. The moment feels electric. There's an energy that's impossible to ignore, like fate, like a movie scene. You tell your friends there's just something about them, and that something, it pulls you in so fast, so deep, it feels supernatural. But here's the question nobody asks. Is it chemistry? Is it trauma coming back? Because sometimes that spark you feel isn't attraction, it's activation. And what you're calling chemistry might be the echo of something much older. Here's the truth most people don't want to admit. When someone lights you up before you even know them, when it feels that intense, that fast, it's probably not love. It's a nervous system flare. That person might not be the one. They might just be triggering something deep in your wiring. Because your body isn't just looking for love, it's looking for what it recognizes. And what it recognizes isn't always healthy. That feeling of, oh my God, I need them, may not be real connection. It might be your trauma blueprint lighting up like a flare. You don't know them yet, but your body does, because it's met that pattern before. I'd like you to imagine walking into a room and smelling smoke. And instead of running, you inhale, you lean into it. Because the fire is familiar. You grew up with fire. You leaned into how to breathe in danger and call it normal. And so when you smell that kind of smoke, you call it chemistry. But it's not magic, it's memory. That person didn't create the spark. They just struck a match where the fuel already was. And your body, without permission, said, this feels like home. This feels familiar. But home isn't always safe. Sometimes home was just survival. And that's what you're chasing. Not love, familiar pain. So let's look at the signs that might be trauma and not love. Let's break it down. How do you know if what you're feeling is chemistry or trauma disguised as it? Firstly, it moves too fast. You barely know them, but it already feels like a love story, like destiny. There's an urgency to be close, to talk all day, to lock it down. But real love doesn't rush you. It reveals itself over time. Secondly, you feel addicted, not connected. You think about them constantly, but you don't feel safe. You feel obsessed, hooked. Your peace is gone, replaced by a constant hum of anxiety. That's not love. That's a nervous system on high alert. Then you start abandoning yourself. You compromise your needs. You twist yourself to be more likable. You ignore the tiny voice inside your gut that's whispering, this doesn't feel right, because your body's chasing a high. Then there's chaos underneath the charm. They're hot and cold, present then gone. They reel you in, then disappear. You're stuck, waiting for the next hit of validation. And you think that intensity is passion, but it's actually instability. Then your body is tense, not calm. You confuse anxiety with butterflies. You mistake the adrenaline for chemistry. But real love feels like safety, not a roller coaster. So let's look at the truth. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We don't always crave what heals us. In fact, we crave what matches our emotional blueprint. So if love in your past meant chasing approval, working for affection, being ignored, then being rewarded in cycles, being needed more than being seen, then your nervous system will light up for anyone who offers you the same pattern. Because trauma doesn't whisper, it screams through attraction. That intense spark you feel, that's not chemistry, that's reenactment. And it's not your fault. You were taught to crave a version of love that made you prove you were worth it. So let's look at some solutions. How do you stop repeating these patterns? How do you know when a spark is safe or just another fire waiting to burn you? Firstly, slow it right down. If it's real, it won't vanish in time. Fast chemistry often hides red flags you won't see until it's too late. Then take a step back. Let reality catch up with the fantasy. Watch your body. Do you feel open and calm or obsessed and tense? The body always tells the truth. Love should settle you, not spin you out. Then ask better questions. Do they feel safe or just familiar in a way that matches your old pains? Are they consistent? Are they emotionally available? Or are you doing emotional gymnastics to earn crumbs? Then check for reciprocity. Are you both showing up, or are you stuck performing, proving, pursuing, while they enjoy the show? Healthy love is mutual. If it feels one-sided, it is. Then redefine what healthy feels like. Here's the big one. Healthy might feel boring at first. Why? Because it's not chaotic. It's not adrenaline-fueled. It's stable. And that's not a lack of chemistry. That's a lack of trauma. Peace isn't the absence of love. It's the absence of emotional war. So, on my closing comments, the next time you say there's just something about them, pause and ask yourself, is this a spark or is this the same fire that burnt me before? Because not every connection is love. Some are just lessons, and some lessons don't need to be repeated again.